plant was a black man named Curtis. He was the only black man there, and he introduced himself, and he said, "My name is Curtis, and I'm a player." And I go, "A player? Of what?" He says, "No." He says, "I have a gift. I can get anything I want with my mouth and my words. I play people." Okay. Well, Curtis liked to talk, and I liked to talk, and we just started talking all day long. I put labels on. I could work and talk. He couldn't work and talk. And Ralph used to say, "Curtis, if you could work the way you could talk, you'd be a rich man today." And we talked about everything, and I really liked this young man, and I said, "You should sell cars, you know? You've got this gift, you know, you could be more." And he just tell me about things he did that were not good. Like, for instance, these two church ladies came to his apartment and asked if they could pray with him, and he said, "Sure, come on in." And as soon as they got in, he started telling him a story about his drug. His wife was on drugs, and she was away somewhere, and he had custody of a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. How hard it was for him to make ends meet. He could hardly feed the boys good food or anything like that. Life was just so hard for him. And the lady said, "We'll be back next week." And next week they came back with a big box of groceries, clothes, and toys. And they gave Curtis a Bible, and they said, "Why don't you come to our church next week?" Curtis said, "Okay, goodbye." Then he came and told me, I played him. I ain't going to no church. I don't need no church. I can do whatever I get, what I want with my words. I ain't going to their church. I said, "Curtis, that was a dumb thing, you know? If you go to their church, churches have communities. Maybe somebody there could find you a better job, a better apartment, you know, lift you up. You know, why did you do that?" So it went on like that, and then Ralph gave out the turkeys for Christmas. Now here's the turkey deal. I hate to cook turkey. I hate it. I don't do it. I used to get my mother and my mother-in-law to do it. They used to fight over it. I don't like the body parts. I don't like stuffing the cavity, and I don't like any of the grease. I don't do turkey. But I couldn't say no, so I just took the German turkey and took it home and hoped my mother-in-law came over to cook it. Well, 2 days later, Curtis came up to me and said, "Benny, will you do me a favor?" Now, I'm careful with Curtis because I don't want to be played. I said, "What is it?" He said, "Will you cook my turkey?" I said, "No." I said, "Oh, come on, you can cook a turkey. I know, you live in the suburbs, you know how to cook a turkey." I said, "Curtis, I don't do turkey. Some women don't do windows. I don't do turkeys." And then he started, "You know, I got those 2 little boys, and I feed them SpaghettiOs 3 times a week. And now I got this fresh turkey. I can give them fresh food, fresh vegetables, fresh food. But I don't know how to cook a turkey, and I don't even have an oven or a pan or anything. And I just I don't even know what I'd do with this turkey if somebody doesn't cook it for me." So I went home, and those 2 little boys really bothered me. I knew that he left them alone for half an hour each morning, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old in a house by themselves. It just bothered me. And then I thought, I will cook my turkey and Curtis's turkey, and I will treat myself to a throwaway pan. You know, great big pan, they're small turkeys. And that way, I'm doing what I need to do for my family, and I'm treating myself because I'm going to throw away the whole mess when I'm done. And I did that, and as soon as I started, another famous person took over my body. Her name was Martha Stewart. And Martha made stuffing, she made green beans, she made corn, she made mashed potatoes, she made sweet potatoes, and she even made cranberry sauce, and she got 4 more disposable pans. She divided it all up, and she wrapped it all up, and she put it in the freezer, and she figured she was going to feed those 2 boys for about a month. And she took it to work. She told Curtis, and Curtis to cook it home. About 2 days later, Frank, remember Frank from the other story, the common law Frank? Yeah. Said, "Hey, Betty Ann, that was good turkey you made." What? Where did you eat the turkey that I made? He said, "Oh, Curtis gave me one of those dishes you made up." Oh. I can't even tell you how angry I was. That's one of the few times in my life I was so angry I couldn't wait for him to come into work late as usual, because I was going to kill him. He played me. He was my friend. We had an understanding. I liked him. He liked me. We shared all kinds of stories, and he played me. And when he came in, I said, "How dare you? What kind of a father are you? I made fresh food for your kids, and you gave it away to Frank? You told me you loved those kids and you wanted them to be healthy, and I gave you food and you gave it away?" And Curtis started making excuses, and he said, oh, I felt sorry for Frank's two twin boys, you know. I said, "Why?" I said, "Frank got a turkey and his common-law wife got a turkey. They have 2 turkeys. And she don't know how to cook." "I don't care. Let her find somebody else to cook her turkey. I cooked those turkeys for you and your boys, and you gave them away." And it was like a shootout at the OK Corral, where you see those 2 cowboys fighting, and they're down in the dust and dirt till they both can't get up. And that's how, forgot to say one of his excuses was, he says, well, Frank was jealous of our relationship. Relationship? We don't have a relationship. That's, anyway, we landed up just exhausted, and the day ended, and I went home, and it wasn't long after my days were over. I was finished. And I heard that Curtis moved back to Kentucky, where he had family. And I'm telling you, for 30 years I tried to figure out the whole thing. And as I was putting this story together, I realized that Frank was jealous of me, because before me, Curtis talked to Frank all day. And Frank was the one who would take Curtis for rides, and Frank was the one Curtis would share things with. And he knew, Curtis knew, I wasn't going to be around. I wasn't really Oprah Winfrey. I could just about keep my head up above the water with my kids. I wasn't going to hold up his kids. So he did what he had to do. He played me so that Frank would be there for him. It's kind of like the Girl Scouts. Make new friends and keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Thank you.